Hello, my friends. Let's begin with the news that Blinken and Zelensky had a conversation, and it seems like there are good developments regarding the delivery of long range missiles. A very substantial and lengthy discussion was held with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy. We covered all key issues. It's important that Ukraine's arguments are heard. This includes long-range weapons, support for combat brigades on the front lines, and the overall strategy to bring about a just peace. Special attention was given to preparations for the second peace summit and the necessary steps to make it effective. Thank you for the unwavering support of our independence, Ukraine's defense, and the protection of our people's lives. It's also reported that the UK has given the green light to use Storm Shadow missiles on Russian territory. However, Russian experts continue to voice their dissatisfaction.
Будет делаться постепенный эффект привыкания создаваться для населения и для этих стран. Да, как в старых философских парадоксах. Один беспилотник сбили, это война или не война? Не война. Два беспилотника сбили в качестве ответной реакции. Это война или не война? Как говорится, неизвестно. А дальше они готовятся не только, думаю, к вступлению в эту войну. Они готовятся к более серьезным провокациям. Например, в ответ на регулярные залеты российских беспилотников они скажут, мы применили ограниченно не оружие, а пока, например, системы РЭП по Калининградской области. И не по самому Калининграду, а по каким-нибудь приграничным городам типа Правдинск, Багратионовск и так далее. Это война или не война? Раньше бы мы сказали однозначно война. На фоне событий в Курской области, когда у нас уже опять-таки есть эффект привыкания, что на нашей территории ведутся боевые действия, уже и не скажешь однозначно, это война или это не война. То есть они создают целую серию переходных ситуаций.
Meanwhile, Solovyov calls for leaving Ukraine without electricity so that they cannot produce missiles and drones that are hidden in Russia.
Они пытаются сейчас в Карпатах, используя там разнообразные подземные возможности, выработанные шахты. Сегодня об этом Владислав Владиславович Шурыгин рассказывал очень подробно с утра на Соловьев Лайв. То есть они там могут производить. И ясно, что они производят. Но нельзя производить, если нет энергии. Поэтому надо вбить Украину. Укронацистское государство, средневековье глубокое, уничтожить всю энергетическую систему, уничтожить все плотины. Киев должен всплыть. Населению 3 дня на то, чтобы покинуть этот грешный город, предавший православие. И будем очищать. И уж точно это не место для иностранного туризма. Этого быть не должно.
However, after the Blinken-Zelensky meeting, there is some not so good news as well. Ukrainian media reports the US has asked Zelensky to prepare an alternative plan B with realistic conditions for ending the war. The Wall Street Journal. Blinken arrived in Kiev today and told Zelensky that voters are tired of the war and for Ukraine to achieve full victory over Russia, it would take several more years and hundreds of billions of dollars, which the West can no longer provide. A plan is needed for 2025 with achievable goals that can be seen as a victory over Russia. Meanwhile, in the Kursk direction, the Russian army has launched a counteroffensive, and due to the element of surprise, Ukrainian forces were forced to retreat from a relatively large area. At the same time, in the Kharkiv direction, assaults on the village of Gliboke continue along with ongoing shelling. Russian claims that Ukrainian forces have entered the Belgorod region remain unconfirmed. It's possible that this was a reconnaissance group on a mission, meaning no significant changes in this area for now. Fighting around Vovchansk continues, but the front line remains unchanged. In the Kupiansk direction, Russian forces show no signs of slowing down as they persist in assaulting Ukrainian positions near Sinkivka, Petropavlivka, and Glushkivka. Typically, after prolonged offensives in these same directions, the Russians managed to break through by destroying Ukrainian strong points, forcing Ukrainian units to retreat. As a result, the situation here remains very tense. However, over the past day, the Ukrainian forces successfully repelled all attacks and the front line remains stable for now. In the Svatove area, Russian forces continue attempting to break through toward Lozova, while fighting is ongoing further south near Novoyegorivka. They are also advancing toward Druzhelyubivka and assaulting the village of Makiyivka. However, there have been no changes along the front line over the past day. In the Crimea direction, battles continue for Nevske, Terne, and Torske, but the situation remains stable with the Ukrainian forces successfully repelling all attacks. In the Siversk direction, Russian forces continue to press their advantage and are attempting to fully capture Vyimka, aiming to advance further toward Siversk. However, the Ukrainian forces are doing everything possible to repel the attacks. Fighting is also ongoing for Ivano-Daryevka, Spirne, and Verkhnyo-Kamensk, but the front line hasn't changed over the past day. Around Chasiv Yar, the Russians are making efforts to break through near Kalinivka, assaulting Chasiv Yar and Ivanivsk. Given that Russian forces have managed to extend their flank slightly, the situation in this direction is gradually worsening, with approximately 10 assaults occurring daily. In the direction of Toretsk, fighting continues in the area of Krimske as attempts are made to enter and secure the outskirts of Toretsk as well as Nelipivka. However, throughout the day, all attacks were repelled by the Ukrainian forces and the front line remains unchanged. In the Pokrovsk direction, the Russians continue to advance across a wide front, but there seem to be successes for the Ukrainian forces near the highway. In particular, they managed to push the Russians back in the area of Myrolubivka. Reports of clashes in the areas of Ivanivka, Yelizavetivka, Vozdvizhenka, and Alexandrivka are also emerging, which could indicate counterattacks by Ukrainian forces. However, there are no official statements on this yet, so we are waiting for confirmation. The battles for Hrodivka are also ongoing, and unfortunately, the Russians have captured most of the town up to the river. But so far, Ukrainian forces are not allowing them to advance beyond the water barrier. There are also assaults continuing in the areas of Novogrodivka, Marinivka, then Mikhailivka, and Ukrainsk. Additionally, unofficial reports today suggest that the Russians have taken control of territory near Karlivka and Nevelska across the fields. We're still awaiting official confirmation and map updates. In the direction of Kurakhova, fighting continues near Krasnohorivka and Georgievka, but so far the Russians haven't made any new advances and the front line has remained unchanged over the past day. In the direction of Vuhledar, battles for the city are ongoing. The Russians are sparing no resource and are launching assaults with several groups, attempting to break through from different sides. There is also ongoing challenge, but for now, the Ukrainian forces are holding the defense and the front line remains unchanged. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, The Russians are attempting to break through near the village of Mali Sherbaki, but their activity is minimal with only a few attacks per day. The Ukrainian forces are successfully holding the defense, and the front line remains unchanged. In the Kherson direction, shelling of the right bank continues, along with ongoing attacks near Kozachya Lahiri. However, as before, there are no changes in the situation. Regarding Crimea, even President Erdoğan made a statement saying that Crimea must be returned to Ukraine. Our support for the territorial integrity, sovereignty, and independence of Ukraine remains unchanged. The return of Crimea to Ukraine is a requirement of international law, said Turkish President Erdogan in a video address to the fourth summit of the Crimean platform. And that's all from me. So please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.